What is up YouTube, it's Kingfisher745, and this is my first look and overview at the brand new Spec Ops number 28, starring Ant-Man. Basically in this video we're going to go over everything that was just released with the current Spec Ops, and there is quite a bit. In fact, since there's so much to cover, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So here's the Spec Ops page itself, and what we're going to do is begin with the task list bar. Then we'll take a look at the reward character and everything he has to offer. As with any Spec Ops, there's going to be a healthy amount of research, and the first item is always a consumable that usually has a nice PvP bonus. Unfortunately, this time around, it's the same as the last Spec Ops item, 12,027 offense and defense. And that's probably because I didn't upgrade my armory this time, so they made sure not to boost the free item bonus. My bad guys, I should have wasted my gold and then everyone else would have been hooked up. Oh well, maybe next time. But moving on to the next research. This time is the blueprint for the Micro Mandible. This is a melee tech weapon, and it's a lesser for Mike and Peace, so it does not receive any set bonuses. But it does have Ant Pheromone Detector, chance to follow up against targets with Ant Pheromone. It also applies Ant Pheromone, so per stack, it gets increased damage. And also, single target attacks against the target have a chance to follow up. So hey, that's not too bad, and of course the main set piece will be better. So then moving on to our next research. This time the blueprint is for the Micro Stinger. It's a tech ranged electric attack. It's also another lesser for Mike and Peace. And all it does is apply biofeedback. Well, besides the damage. So nothing too impressive there. It does give 16,036 defense though. After that, you're going to get access to one of the actual pieces of the set, and although part of it's cut off, it does appear to have a lot to offer. First of all, this is stealthy, and it gains new abilities per set piece. It comes with cornered and impaired, but with 2 pieces it applies neutralized and off balance as well. With 3, it adds staggered and winded, and with 4, it adds exhausted and it's a quick action. So that sounds like a fantastic piece. It's obviously a great opportunist weapon, and so it'll go well with any of the other insect characters already in the game. Most of them have opportunist debuffs and exploit opportunity, and so do other characters as well, so it'll benefit any of those. Then for the true prize of the Spec Ops, the character himself, Ant-Man. This hero is an infiltrator, and he has 3 passives. First of all, he has Defiant, chance to be immune to ant attacks. Next he has a shot at redemption, returns to full health and grants Become the Hero when attacked and health is reduced to 0. It's consumed when health is reduced to 0. So yes, he's going to get 1 guaranteed resurrect. That in itself is pretty phenomenal. But for his final passive, he has Like a Bullet. Performs a follow-up attack, Pint-Sized Surprise, when attacking a single target with Intimidated. So this will go great with anyone who can cause an AoE Intimidated, such as Kurth, or even an item like the Monstrosity. So far he seems pretty promising, but we're going to have to check out his abilities to see what we truly think when it comes to Ant-Man. It's so weird already having Hank Pym in the game. But I guess when they named him that, maybe they knew they were going to have Scott Lang be Ant-Man. Oh well, that's fine by me. So moving on to his abilities, first we have Break-In. This is a stealthy, unarmed melee attack that applies Pain Train, causes pain, applies Exposed to targets with pain, and applies Wide Open to targets with exposed. Well, at least it's stealthy, so that's one good thing. Next we have Greatest Allies. An AoE ranged ground attack that has ants. Ant attacks have a high chance to crit and do not trigger counter or retaliation effects. This counts as a summon ability. Well, too bad it's not labeled that, so we could use the AISO. But it applies Opportunist and Intimidated to all enemies. So there you go, you get that debuff right there. As well as Opportunist, which is great. Then for his level 6 Pint-Sized Surprise. It's another unarmed melee attack, but this one exploits opportunity, has Finest Hour, and it's stealthy. Now that is a level 6. and the fact that he has like a bullet, well, that just may make the character right there. Seriously, that is a very awesome ability. It should really pack a punch. So after that, let's see what this level 9 does. It's a single target range attack that has ants, it's catastrophic, causes grounded, and applies disadvantage. Not too bad. Grounded and disadvantage can really come in handy, but I'm not liking it as much as his level 6. Also, you're going to be using his level 2 as a setup move, so I'm not sure outside of his level 2 and level 6. However, you could use his level 9 on a target that's intimidated. Yeah, that could be the ticket. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. We should have him in about a week. At least that seems to be the norm. But next, we're going to check out a few more new updates. And as far as Quake sitting there, don't worry, she's going to get her own video. Alright, so next we'll check out the 64 gold item. And then for those of you who don't know, there are new AISO both in the store and you can win them in this current Spec Ops. But first, the Mandible. This is for Mikan set piece 3 of 4. It's a melee tech attack, and it has exploit opportunity. Then with any other set piece, agents tech attacks gain finest hour. Now the cool thing about this is, that sounds like it's going to work for any tech attacks. So you could just use the Mandible and another set piece, then any tech weapon that you have. I don't know about you, but I like the sound of that. It also has a chance to follow up, counterattack, and it applies Ant Pheromone. So you better believe I'm going to be building this weapon. Once I do, I'll show it to you in a video, and I'm going to be building it first. Usually I think that's the best strategy. So if you were wondering, you should definitely try to build the 64 gold item first. Then just try to win the other items if you can, and if you can't, then build them as a last resort. But as far as the new AISO, there are quite a few, and they are very expensive. They cost 20 gold each. So let's begin with the Perpetual AISO. Of course that's for the Juggernaut. And it goes on his action, I'm the Juggernaut. I'm the Juggernaut. I'm the Juggernaut gains a chance to keep momentum when used. Alright, so that's not too bad, but I don't know if I'm going to spend 20 gold on it. Next we have the Lambent Augmented ISO 8. This one goes on Blade's Bleeding Edge. It says Bleeding Edge becomes magic and ethereal, and chance to apply up to 3 stacks of internal bleeding. This one looks like a must-have. Seriously, I might have to get that one soon. After that we have the Emerging AISO for Moonstone. It goes on Big Bang, and it causes that attack to gain phased advantage. So not too bad, that should help out. Big Bang was already a pretty serious attack, so I wouldn't mind seeing it with this AISO. Then we have the Waylaying AISO. It goes on Nightcrawler's Ambush, and it causes it to gain Paragon Exploiter. Well, that's one of my favorite things for an ability to have, and I do like Nightcrawler, so I will be trying to get this one as well. After that, it's the Disengaging Augmented ISO 8. It goes on Cannonballs Cleared for Takeoff, and it causes Disengaging. Cleared for Takeoff removes harmful debuffs when used. Now surprisingly, that's not all. There's going to be another set on the next page. So here we have the Strong Arming AISO. That's for Mr. Fantastic's Stretch Punch. Stretch Punch now applies Restrain. Restrain causes ranged attacks to do 40% less damage and cannot crit. Then after that we have the Speeding AISO for Nova. This one goes on Charged Flyby, and it causes that to gain Afterburners if he has Nova Force Control and Mastery. So that means he would get another attack. I have to say that could be pretty nice. But following that, Shanna gets the Naturopathic AISO. This causes Nature's Bounty to become a quick action. So yeah, I think that's another must-have. I mean, if you're going to use Shanna, you're going to want that. Next we have the Toasting AISO for Volstagg. This goes on his Elixir of Recovery, and it says the cooldown is reset when an enemy is defeated. So that's not too bad, but I don't really care that much about it. Now for the final AISO, its wording is pretty odd, but it's the Calamitous AISO. It says Action All Enemies, so I assume that means you can put it on anyone, but I don't know. Well, any area attack. Oh, okay, I get it. It means any attack that can hit all enemies. And what it says is equipped area attack becomes catastrophic. Obviously, that could definitely come in handy, but I believe it does come with a cost of reduction to damage. So we'll have to see how much it reduces it. Still though, I'm sure it's going to find some very nice uses. Catastrophic is fantastic, so I know I'm going to find some really good places for that. I'll keep you updated and we'll begin the task list very soon. Plus, there's going to be a Quake video, and you don't want to miss that. That's going to be it for this one though, so I would like to thank you all for watching, and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck, and take care.